Hello, everyone, and it's been a minute since I recorded a video for you. The last video that went out public on my channel was video about my semester start, and thank you to those of you who watched that video and who retained my services because of it. But tonight, I'm coming to you with the next installment of the Bob and Nikki series discussion. I had previously read this book this summer and reread it recently just to refresh my memory. And I always enjoy the stories of Bob and Nikki. But this is Dog Days. This is book 32 of the series. And in this installment, as you might expect, we get more focus on some of the animals, but that doesn't come right away. The book opens with recollections of the assault that closed book 31. If you remember, Bob um, went after one of the infamous criminals, and um, he rescued a housekeeper who seemed to be mentally incapacitated and broken by members of the slaver ring that Bob thought that he had gotten rid of. Well, it opens with the device being removed from this housekeeper and him finding out that she is not what she seems. She seems to be an agent from the same organization that, if you remember, not Willis Tagum, but if you remember Willem from previous books, the one that has a thing for Bob, and it's a harmless little fling because they both have different partners, but he does have a thing for Bob, and he doesn't miss a chance to tease him about it. The man who was an informant in the Commonwealth and was due to be retired with extreme prejudice, and Bob recruited him for the fleet rather than getting him or allowing him to be killed. So anyway, the housekeeper seems to be part of the same organization, but we don't know much about that. Bob six his team on it, and as you might expect, if you know anything about the books, he six tabs on it as the one who is kind of the sneakiest and knows the most about espionage. So we have that subplot. We also have growing focus on Bob and his family. So we see that Gus's love for engines, like his dad, continues. We see him build several engines in this book and several mechanical devices. So we see him growing up into that. We also see Becky taking after her mom with an interest in programming. So we have some intellectual growth in the kids and an understanding that they don't have the same interests or the same strengths as one another, and that's perfectly okay. So that's a nice dynamic that I appreciated in this book. And also, we find growth in Jimmy's relationship. If you remember, Jimmy's relationship with Hannah, the plain girl on Rumspringer, was growing at the end of book 31. So we have that too. And I won't spoil the bulk of the rest of the story, but there's a subplot that involves Schnitz and some of his offspring. We also have some subplots with the bots, as you might expect. And we have a couple of more people potentially added to the fleet in this book. We have the bots continuing to do what the bots are so good at, besides flying ships and being in the fleet, and that is we have them building houses, building cars for people, and just doing good in the neighborhood, so to speak. I really like this book because I really like the books that kind of focus on the family dynamics of this group of people and just how they grow as individuals just by being together and working together. And yes, solving problems together and helping the universe, that helps a lot. But I like this installment for that kind of very homey sort of not low stakes growth happens among them. And so I really enjoyed this installment of Dog Days. I hope to be able to review the next book soon. I don't have it at this time and probably won't have it for a little while, but I am working on a duology discussion of something else that I'm reading in the meantime. So look for that in the coming weeks, and hopefully I'll be putting up more math related content very soon. But if you have any thoughts on Dog Days or any thoughts on where you think the series might be going, I really hope Jimmy makes a decision about Hannah pretty soon, because I can't imagine that this can continue much longer, but we'll see what happens with that. And join me for my next video where I'll be discussing book 33 in the series. If it's not Bob and Nikki book, the next public video may be another book from my summer adjacent shelves. It may be a sequel to something I read. I do have some other books that I read this summer that I hadn't posted videos of. So stay tuned, stay healthy, and I will talk to you, Lord willing, very soon. Take care, and bye for now.